And welcome everyone to the fifth. Are they both? No, Andor was fourth, wasn't it?
Okay, you're so bored.
There's too many shows. You know, this is the continuity between the two spoiler casts. Right? There's too many shows going on right now, and they're all around the fifth episode.
We knew that was a problem. There was a problem like that coming. So
yeah, so I'm certain House of the Dragon's on 5. I'm certain Rings of Power's on 5.
You should start a spreadsheet just in case.
I think I need one. I actually legitimately need one.
Just because it's gonna get much worse next year. So
Benny, can you keep a spreadsheet? I know you're listening. Be
you're
the
hired,
PA.
You're hired.
Just give me the.
Can you give me coffee while you're out there?
Every week on a Thursday, I'll give you till Thursday. I want what episode number I'm on, so I don't cock it up. Because anyway, I'm pretty certain this is the 5th. I'm pretty certain this is the 5th. No, is it the 5th? It is the 5th, isn't it?
Let's use our Google machines and find out.
Oh, I got Google it. God damn. Anyway, I'm Mitch. You can find me on Twitter at Mitch69. I got it wrong again. That's 3 times.
Keep it.
692 tweets and Instagram at 692pics, and I'm of course joined by Sean.
You can find me at Instagram on _Martian_12, and it is episode 7.
It is.
Yes.
Of course, it's. I literally said to people last week, "We've only got 2 episodes left." I even said that yesterday for the commentary. We've got 2 weeks.
Nick will be happy by the last 2 episodes.
No, we won't, because it'll never be enough for Nick. Let's be honest.
You'll have like 18 episodes.
He's like this little ball of anxiety right now, just waiting to explode. For when Dad.
Yeah, I can hear the scream already from here. I mean,
that's not tittiness. Like there isn't a global pandemic of tittiness. It's just Nick screeching. That has been no Daredevil for the last 2 weeks. No.
It's a sonic disruption in the force. Every dog is going crazy.
So episode 7. I was way off. God damn, what is wrong with me? I'm so bad at this. We've been doing this for like way too long.
Spreadsheet's coming.
It better be Benny. I need it, please. I stark contrast to Andor. I adored this episode. Actually, adored. Like this is my favorite one, and it's not close.
Because it's porcupines and you're introduced.
100%.
Yeah, there's so many great cameos in this show. Like,
I didn't get how you'd ever top the Mr. Immortal thing. I was like, you know what? I was like, that Mr. Immortal is enough. Like, we're never going to get better than that. Bang! Next week, it's like, here we're going to do that better 4 times over. I'm just like, oh, yes. Thank you.
Plus, we got our 3rd mutant. But if you're saying it's only 2 mutants so far in the MCU, but the 3rd mutant was introduced to that episode too.
So we got Ursa Major.
Well, no, I don't count him.
Look, no one's counting Ursa Major. I got to show the bear some respect.
Okay,
he was in the he was in the prequel as well. God damn it, he deserves to be the first.
Okay.
He didn't have the fair, but it's whatever. It doesn't matter.
4 mutants then. Okay. Go.
Who was the one in this one?
I forgot the name. He was the not the Matador guy.
Elaquila?
Yeah.
Or Alaquia?
Yeah.
Alaquia? Yeah, Alaquia, yeah. The guy, the swashbuckler with the sword. He's not he did some light Matador in college. What a line. Beautiful. Was he actually a mutant?
I believe so. In the comics, he was, yes.
Oh, wow. So then, we got Ursa Major, Alaquia, Namor. We all know Namor's the.
5. I'm sorry, 5. You're not going to count 5, but there's 5.
Well, all right. Ignoring the morally grey one, because it was questionable whether that should have been done or not. Who's the other one? Oh, Mr. Immortal, isn't it? Yeah, Mr. Immortal was another mutant. Yeah. Yeah, it's 4. Yeah, not bad.
5, actually.
Look, if people ain't counting Ursa Major, I ain't counting Kamala. I'm putting it out there right now. If people are picking season, fair game.
I think at this point, I'm just pushing buttons. So just
remember that I didn't start this. They did. It was the people against Ursa. I know he's Russian and everything, but come on.
It's pretty racist. I love this episode. When I watched the episode the first time, I honestly thought the Wrecker was gonna poke her with a needle.
I was waiting for it. I was like, even though admittedly I played into the show's hand because he walked and I'm like, who the hell is that guy? It's like I recognized him. I was like, I can't remember who you are. And it's like, of course, he's the goddamn Wrecking Crew guy, and it's like, of course it is. But...
I love Tim Roth in this episode. It was probably
he's so good. He's
so funny. I love the new role as group therapist to the Legion of Losers, I would say.
The lethal losers. Let's get that one going.
What I loved about the episode, I love about She-Hulk in general, is like they just are not afraid to go there. Especially
and
you
it
look
works.
at Porcupine, and it's like, in any other movie, they would streamline that costume and make it a jokey, like, or a tactical, thing. They just go full on Porcupine.
Yeah.
Translated straight from the comics, and it's like, I love it.
He looked fantastic. I adored Porcupine. Literally, there was not a single minute of this episode where I wasn't just like grinning from ear to ear. Like the entire thing, I loved it. Like, you get to see her happy for a good couple of minutes, and I'm gonna get to how I was right last week about this douchebag.
You were.
The show's. I got trust issues because of this show. Just everything about it. Like. The second he goes, like the second he doesn't reply, it's like, oh yeah, that's it. There's something clearly wrong here. And then Saracen's just like, maybe he wants your blood, and then like, it's probably my favorite bit of acting she's done in this show. Right, he says that, and her face instantly starts thinking.
Yeah,
like you can see. It's like I'm not sure if something was cut from that bit because it felt like she should have said something like, huh. Like, that's an idea I should have been keeping out because, Bruce warned me about this and he's been right about everything so far. Like, I should have been paying attention a bit more. But
I love the obligatory stop and rewind and to tell you about how that person, when the record came back in.
Yeah.
He was like, hold on.
You just got previously on this guy who didn't do it at the start.
The only issue I had with the episode, and it's like a very finite, minute thing, was like the minute the record came in, if I was Jen, I would be questioning that guy, like, who sent you? who?
So I agree with you there, but I think the environment that she's in, I don't think she would have got the chance.
Yeah. If she was I think she was just kind of like thrown off completely when he just wanders in and it is like very. I think the whole when she wandered into the group therapy session, that's where it kind of started with throwing her off, like completely off her game, and then he strolls in,
backed into this random corner, and it's just like, oh god.
But that's the funny part about how Tim Roth is. Like, I desperately want the Abomination to be the group therapy for any superhero group or something like that.
Oh yeah, I'm good. I said this on the commentary, right? Me and Armin were laughing about it, and Tristan as well. But like, his whole setup and the posters, like the Abomination. Whoever thought of Abomination, thank you. That is my favorite, the favorite word the MCU's ever fucking uttered. I shouldn't have said the F word. I'm sorry, YouTube.
Usually it's mine.
I've opened the floodgates now. I'm gonna get the episode pulled. But I just adore. Like, it's such a clever little thing. It's simple. It's effective. He doesn't even say it, but it's there for you to see. And you have he says to her when her Prius Prime. Because they like saying that 5 times to advertise Priuses. No, not Tesla. But he said something like today's like a teachable moment or something like that. And she goes, you didn't say anything. And like it then carries that on through. Like the posters on the wall has got like today is today. And it's like it doesn't mean anything. It's just these typical like bullcrap mantra things. And it's like I'm gonna say stuff in a certain way to make me sound spiritual and relaxed and calm and all this.
All
and
that was missing was the little charms on a necklace that's hanging around
his
neck.
Yeah.
That was
the little like energy stones.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I charge these in sunlight and they give me like eldritch powers. Like, okay.
But I think the whole thing was hilarious, funny, because it was just like that. It's like, of course, these people should be in a group therapy session.
I say people have been wanting therapy in Marvel for so long.
They got a little bit of a peek of it in the Falcon and Winter Soldier with Bucky, but like I think this is more...
It's true. I legit forgot about that, but this one blows that out of the water.
Yeah,
like, this
is more entertaining for sure.
Yeah, this was. That was good for that show, but this is by far my favorite one. Like these random, like so obscure, like I know nothing about any of them, right? I know of them in the comics, but no one knows anything about these characters. They're nobodies, right? And it's just like they're the perfect one just to dunk in there, and you know. Alacria's suit, like the Alacria suit is fantastic. Like it's not the same, but it works, and you know.
But it's like it's a character that has no if anybody walks up and says this is my favorite character, they're lying. This is a character that you can just do all this stuff to, make him silly and not have to worry about like, you know, oh my god, did we ruin the character? Can we use it again? It's like I mean, the next time we see these characters is probably going to be in season 2 of She-Hulk. You know,
I mean, I'm going to be honest, right? I'm glad you brought up Seeing People Again. This show, I've said it before. It's just standard storytelling. It tells you one thing and it comes back around for another thing. You know, it's the whole blood thing. Guess what? The blood thing's back, and hey, guess what? You don't trust Josh, and guess what? It was Josh all along. You know,
it was. Oh, I wish they would have made a song about that. You
know. I mean, they could have done, and I'd have loved it, because if you're gonna parody yourself, you parody yourself in this, right?
I mean, and it would have fit completely in the aesthetic of the show too.
Exactly.
You know?
Like even if they just like had the first couple of bars, that little like. Oh,
well, like the funny thing is like the Wanda version is like so out of left field. This would have felt right at home, you know. It would have not felt awkward at all, you know. Like, not to say that was awkward. It was just kind of out of left field, you know, when it just happened. Like,
you know, I know people like to dunk on WandaVision, and it's fine to be wrong. It's whatever. The show's a masterpiece.
Pure jealousy.
The last episode's not fantastic, but the rest is amazing. Right? But that song, like, there's not been a moment in the MCU like that song, like the reaction to it online.
It was viral
before or after it. That thing just came and it slapped, and like,
I mean, it did hit the top charts in iTunes.
It's true,
Like it. That's what I mean. And I'm stepping away from employee Sean, and I'm gonna step into fan Sean. This is what I love about the MCU. Is like you do all these things with any different character, and I think it negates all those arguments about like the MCU's the same, everything's the same. I think these upcoming shows have kind of pulled away from that conversation and made it less relevant, you know. And I think She-Hulk makes it tremendously an irrelevant conversation, because this is such a weird, kooky, you know, show that this is the only character it would work for.
Oh yeah, 100%. And I can't wait to see more. I need to see her interacting with like the wider, like the established characters. And I know we're gonna get it, obviously, but it's just like I need.
You just want it now.
More. Yeah, like I am gagging for that Daredevil episode. You don't understand. I just need to see.
I'm definitely waiting for that, because it's gonna be a divisive. Obviously going to be a divisive episode, but it's like I think once it's done, I think a lot of people will realize like you can do a lot of different things with different characters and different as in the aesthetic of the show, you know, and it still will work in a different aesthetic and their show, you know. So it's like I think people, I say this with all the, like, I'm laughing inside. I'm sure people will be happy with the episode, but it's, you know,
They will be. They will be. People.
I think a lot of people will be
like. Yes, this show is getting review bombed, but that's by like 12 people in a million bucks. Like, it doesn't matter.
But I think this show of all makes all this whole conversation about it being bad so irrelevant. You know, like just for the simple fact that there are a lot of people that love the show. You know, and like
if the show was bad, I'd be out here saying it's bad.
Yeah. Well, I think all the people that love it, they understand the tone of the show. You know, like they get it. And what I loved about the show, like I said last week, is like it addresses everything people talk about. You know, it's like such a
the whole like, that Hulk thing, like that was. Yeah. No, I appreciate the show and found it funny beforehand. That one line just it's not an amazing original thought to call a green woman Shrek off. You don't like that's not original, but it's just I don't know. There's something about it. He just clicked, and it's just like, you know what, this is the people writing this on another level. Like, it's so smart.
It feels like they're clairvoyant in a way, you know, because they're like ahead of everybody. Yeah. Or I think the best quality about the show is it kind of takes it and rolls with it. You know, it's like, oh, okay, you know, you want to call us Shrek? We're gonna call ourselves Shrek, and just deflate the conversation altogether. You know, and like,
because I haven't seen anyone call like it's the whole like self-defamation. Is it defamation? You take the piss out yourself sort of thing. Like, if you take the piss out yourself first, no one does it. Like, I haven't seen anyone call her Shrek since. And it's like, because you can't. It's not an insult. It's part of the show. Like, she's kind of completely take the wind out of any of the sails. And it's like, what can you do when the show's taking the piss out of itself? You can't. You know, it's like trying to make the comedian laugh, right? You ain't gonna do it. You look like a tit. Why even try? But
and you know, and I don't know. I love the episode in whole. It's very and to get back to the runtime.
So another continuational thread we have from Andor. Yes.
So when we first started discussing that the show was going to be like 30 minutes, you felt apprehensive about that part. After seeing all the episodes so far, is that really a problem?
I've been fine with the runtime since they said it was going to be a 30-minute comedy. I'm like, cool. No problem. Like, the only time I've been a bit on the runtime for this show, and small little hiccup.
That was my fault. Sorry.
Elon Musk's Star Network thing's not working correctly, I think.
Send all the hate mail to my address to me.
Not that anyone's really going to notice it, because it's going to go from me saying and we're back.
Or you can send all the hate mail to the California government, because they suck.
Or send it to the comments. Just do that. But
whatever. Well, comments to wherever.
I ain't gonna read it, but you can put it down there. No. Or maybe I will read it. I'll be ambiguous. Like, make sure you put it in there. But yeah, back to the runtime. Right. I think that's what we're talking about. The only time I had a problem was when it was 20 minutes. It's like, if you're going to do a half-hour comedy, you don't skimp out on runtime. There's no need. There's literally no, like, you're cheating me out of 10 minutes here. Like, you can, especially, it makes it worse now, right? Like, everything's been so good. It's like, you've given me 10 minutes less. Yeah. I want my 10 minutes. If those 10 minutes are going to be in the final two, fantastic, cool. I'm all right with that. Make the last one 40 minutes, cool. We haven't got a problem. But keeping an eye on those 10 minutes, because I want them. Apart from that, I've never had a problem. They told me it's a half-hour comedy. I ain't going to be one of these people that screech that should be an hour, because it's like, it's a half-hour comedy. They told you this.
Well, I mean, to be fair, people get told a lot of things, and when time comes, they tend to forget that was told to them, and then
people also think they were told something, and they never were, but I expect that thing anyway.
Sorry.
Yeah. Which, you know, in fairness, still, I said this last week. Last week. No, you show it, you come back to it, but she's going to segue into my thing, my point. Showing and then going back to it is what this show has done, right? Literally, people say filler. There's never been a filler episode because everything comes back around. Literally, the opposite to the definition of what filler is. It's not like Naruto or Bleach where you You're halfway through a fight, and then you're suddenly at a story set 5 years before.
Yeah.
That's filler.
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones never does filler.
Oh, of course not.
Okay.
So, I don't know that because I've never watched that episode.
I'm saying filler's only really an anime term. Like nothing, no other. Maybe like CW shows fillers, right? It's just like we're just padding time out. Like this show does not pad its time out whatsoever. There's no padding here. But
I'm sure we'll get the professional comment that knows exactly what fillers is. So.
Yeah, they'll start off the comment with MCU woke. It should be He Hulk. No, he's not He Hulk. No, he's not She Hulk.
That's
the exact person that was in the start of this show, right? With the little, the little Twitter thing was fantastic. But yeah, they did. There was a question of why Blonsky's like Asbo things malfunctioning, right? It's like, I was buying an electric fence, like very, very shady, like very innocent. Like, it comes across innocent. Yeah, I was saving my chicken. Like, I was my Princess Silk Feather or whatever. A fantastic, beautiful name for an abomination chicken. But then towards the end, they're in the group therapy session, and Alaquia or Elaquila, or how I can't pronounce his name because I'm not. No. Spanish is not a nationality; it's a language. Beautiful line.
It's not your first language, so.
Yeah, like he has the bioelectricity. Yeah. He points his sword up, and all the lightning comes out.
Yep.
And it's a very interesting point.
Yeah, it is pretty interesting.
Like, hang on a minute. Like, is there electric fences around this place? It didn't look. Well, obviously there were fences around it, but it didn't look like the type of place to have an electric fence.
What I love about the thing is how Tim Roth plays it. The whole character in general. It's like
shady as hell.
He's so very shady. I'm very he's telling you one thing, and then it's like kind of like you have a feeling that he is not telling you the truth. He's like very.
He's telling you the truth, but it's a version of. It's not necessarily a lie. It's just not the whole truth, right?
There was electric, I'm sure, but it probably didn't come from a fence.
So. I'm certain it came from the dude's sword because he's trying to bust out of it. Because what I noticed in this episode was a severe lack of those 7 soulmates.
Yeah.
They're supposed to be funding him and everything, yet they're nowhere to be seen. Not even mentioned in the episode. And it's just like, I found that interesting. So clearly a front there. Clearly shady.
It feels like a team, right? A team of sorts.
Yeah. Like a little bit of a lethal legion.
Or Legion of Losers, one of the two.
Who knows? Or maybe even both. Like they tried to say they're the Lethal Legion, but then they're actually She-Hulk calls them the Legion of Losers because they got leapfrog on the team.
Wouldn't that be interesting that Aguilar was actually a vampire though? He was.
Wouldn't it be Saracen the vampire?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, Saracen in the comics is a vampire.
He is a vampire in the comics, but he's kind of played for laughs here.
Oh yeah, his whole bit where he says like she's tasty or something, and he's like, "I've gone off the rail. Someone save me." I just the way that actor gives that line, it kills. I've seen this twice. Kills me every time. I could watch him just do that all day because even now I'm trying not to laugh because it's just the way he pulls it off. It's just like, it's like, oh no. Right. I hope he's in Blade as well. If not Blade, Werewolf by Night.
That would be very fun.
I don't know how we're going to do Werewolf by Night because that's going to be a very busy Friday.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
But it might be a Friday and a Monday if you can do it. We'll cross that. I might just push Andor back. Just... if Andor's going to get moved to a Monday, it's Andor. Right now, I'm going to...
Oh, yeah. We can wait.
Sure. Werewolf by Night is the excuse I've been looking for. But who knows? No, I JK. I wouldn't do that. But yeah,
he says that now.
No, that one line delivery from Saracen might be my favorite moment in the episode. It's just the way he catches himself. It was just so.
Yeah.
I love stuff like that.
I don't know who the actor is, but I do remember him from a movie a long time ago. Gross Point.
See, I recognized him, but I couldn't
place his name. But
yeah.
like it's a very fun character. I think the whole circle's fun.
100%. Yeah, that was whoever thought of though. No, that idea. Like whatever, fine. It's pretty like common idea, but those characters and those actors made it. Like that would not have been as funny and as memorable if it wasn't for those.
Man-Bull, we forgot Man-Bull. Aguilar's
that whole like codependency.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's just so well. I just can't say it enough. It's so well done.
I think it comes down to.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh. I was gonna say it comes down to the performance and the writing.
100%. Yeah.
Reciprocal, and like you find the right actor for the right role, and then like the writers are perfect. I can't stress enough how talented everybody is. That's behind the scenes. The show. So.
It just. Oh, excuse me. I should have muted myself there. I knew that was coming. I think I'm so high on this show because there were all the rumors of this thing not working behind the scenes.
Yeah,
and there was that bit of that slight panic of oh no, this show's gonna be this show's just gonna come out and explode. Like it's gonna be bad. And
but it's a pleasant surprise for you.
100%. Yeah, like not that I ever really brought into that. Like, sure, maybe some truth to it, maybe not to the extent that people were trying to get off, right? Like the show's doomed, it's a mess, it's this, blah, 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 blah.
I think we're hearing the same thing from a different movie recently, so I'm pretty sure someone can kind of figure out which one. I think the scoopers
are the initials similar to British Airways?
Maybe, yeah. There is a connection in the show and the movie. So
I wonder what's the mess there. But yeah, like, I think just hearing that and then being like, you know what, if I doubt it's going to be that bad, like and then just coming into it, like I'm not really having a high bar for it coming into it because I'm not a massive She-Hulk person anyway. But like, it's just
I can say with confidence, I think the biggest problem we had with the show was this is a new territory for the studio, so it's like maybe some things didn't work, but they figured a way.
Just finding your footing, sort of thing, like.
And it wasn't like it wasn't a major thing. It was just trying to find the right tone. I mean, this is a new genre for the company. I mean, whether there is comedy and humor in the movies and TV shows, but this is a comedy. This is
it's a sitcom, right?
It's a sitcom, It's a very new thing, and like it needs to work, but I think with the talent behind the scenes and in front of the camera, I think they figured it out and they made the show what we're seeing right now.
100%, yeah. And I still have my one complaint, my one consistent complaint, and there's not been enough Jamila Jamil.
Yeah, you'll see her again. So
I mean, I'm sure I will because this show does like to bring things back, and that plot line obviously was not dealt with.
No.
She's got to come back with new veneers because she sucked Flora and that one little ice cube just took her out, which is all right.
Come back for revenge, man.
It's like it seems to be the last two episodes are going to be really stacked.
Yeah,
like really stacked because you got to have her come back. Blonsky's gonna like Abomination out or Bomber stay out, as I'm gonna say it from now on. And like he's no doubt gonna come back. We've got Leapfrog, we've got Daredevil. They're not gonna bring Bruce back.
Yeah.
I'm just outright refusing to believe Bruce ain't even if he's just a post-credit scene at the end, which FYI I have missed.
Yeah.
The last couple of weeks, I adored. The old what seemed to be just cut scenes that they just put in here. They just should have carried that on, but it's fine. But if Bruce ain't coming back, that's going to be the one thing that surprises me.
Yeah,
that was not a very convincing
Yeah, No,
He liked me before, so who knows? He could be.
Yeah.
He's coming back here. Oh, yeah.
I have. I'm a huge liar, so just
Pinocchio ain't got shit on you. God damn.
my nose is huge. Thank you,
Oh, yeah.
Andy.
They've got a fair amount of ground to cover, but I have full faith that this show can cover it.
Yeah, I think the show has given people enough. I think it's got a lot of goodwill that it could. I think by the end, I think it will stick the landing. I think people will. I don't think it's not going to be. I don't think it's going to be the episode that people hate. I guarantee it, just by default. I mean, like you have like one of the most
the Daredevil one would be
anticipated
absolutely the
characters.
worst thing to happen to mankind. Like, yeah.
Well, you get the most anticipated character returning to the MCU proper in the episode. So it's like, at the very least, you're gonna get that. That's
I'm just so excited. I know we bring him
up.
up every week. Like Daredevil's like literally in every conversation, and it's the show's own fault, right?
Yeah. It's by design, right?
Yeah, like not in a malicious way. Like he's in the advertising. They want you to watch the show. Like waiting for him. Like I feel like it's a bit of a meta. Like no, the show addresses like it's very meta within itself. I want to say that the Daredevil stuff is absolutely part of it.
Oh yeah. The whole show in general is including the advertisement before that. Like before the show even aired was very meta. So like everything was by design. Like it's a commentary on the want culture. Like
100%. Yeah. But like it's the fact that as well they Mike Wazowski Daredevil in the advertising. Like there's a shot of him and She-Hulk standing next to each other, and there's text over his face, so you can't see it. And it's just like I know what you do. I see you. I'm waiting for him to show up. And like you give me the little the honey dick in episode 5. Maybe that's why I thought it was episode 5 because I was thinking of that. But,
they're good for that.
Yeah, they're very good at honey dicking.
It's a special
if these next 2 episodes stick the landing, and that's a very loose if because I've got full faith it's gonna. Then I'm gonna have a hard time not putting it top.
Yeah, me too.
It will hurt if I do it, but I'm gonna have a very hard time. I might fudge it and just like put it higher than everything else in the whole rankings, but the TV show one can go second. That's how I might get around it. I might be that person. No, it's definitely the new standard.
Yeah,
because it's obviously not everything needs to be a sitcom and a comedy or whatever. But like just how it's written, how tight the script is, like just the way people dug on the CGI is not bad. Like get over it. Right? It's not bad. Like if you haven't seen bad CGI, if you think she looks bad.
Yeah, it's TV CGI. So, I mean, like everybody expects like this like crazy, like it's like I mean there is everything has a budget. So I mean,
yeah. If you want bad CGI, I think it's episode 2 of House of the Dragon. Yikes.
Yeah. I don't know if you've seen that there was an Instagram post or tweet or something like that with behind the scenes with Tatiana Maslany and the double.
I've seen the post of her and the double, yeah.
So it's like,
that was nice to see.
Yeah. But
what were you gonna say, sorry?
Oh no, it's hiccuping.
All right, well great episode. If you don't like it, you're wrong. I'm sorry. All right.
Yeah.
Don't stop watching the channel. Come back. Tell me every week. Tell me why I'm wrong. That's fine.
Yeah. And
I'll engage you in conversation.
That's fine. I expect an answer every time you comment.
So I think that's going to be like a 40-minute episode for this one. So the person last week who was like, it's only just 38 minutes, so you can't like it that much. It's just like, mate, what are you talking about? I purposely chose to have the 2 shorter because Andor's on. We had to talk about 4 episodes in the day. Like, leave me, let me make my choice.
How about that? The person who said that in the comments, send me your address. I'll send you some tissues so you can wipe the tears out of your eyes, and then just use it for every other thing that you need when you're crying about it. So.
In the immortal words of Austin Powers' father, if you have a tissue, I actually can't remember the quote. Ignore that. Anyway.